In today's video, we will look at how Dropbox, with their innovative MVP, mitigated two of the biggest risks that a startup faces. And the real kicker here is that Dropbox probably did not write a single line of code to develop their MVP. So, what are the two big risks that a startup faces? I think the first big risk is demand risk. Essentially, you're building something that customers don't really care for. And two is design risk. Essentially, the way you're solving the problem for the customer leaves a lot to be desired, and customers are not really happy to pay for the solution that you're offering. With that context set, let's get on with Dropbox. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Dropbox, they offer a cloud storage solution. So if you're a registered user with Dropbox, you get like 5 GB of free storage on the cloud, and you can access it from any device, be it a computer, a Mac, or a Windows, or a smartphone, or a tablet, or even from a web browser. And if you're a premium user, you pay a certain amount and you get much more storage on the cloud. Before Dropbox, how we used to carry important files around was we used to either have these 4 GB USB sticks, or we used to sometimes carry around these 500 GB portable hard disks that you could plug into any computer and access your storage. And if you didn't have either of these, the third option was to email important files to yourself as an attachment, so that you can open your email on a browser and access those important files. Now, the story goes that in 2007, Drew Houston, who's the CEO and founder of Dropbox, was a student, and he used to often forget to take his USB stick. And he came up with the concept of a cloud storage. Drew then pitched this idea to several VCs, but the common response he got from the VCs was that, one, that the solution was too complicated to develop, too expensive to develop, and two was that, this was not really a critical problem for customers, and therefore they would not be willing to pay for it. Drew and his team, however, were convinced that this was a valuable problem for users, and that they were solving it in a very elegant fashion. So what they went on to do was to record a short video of about 3 minutes using product prototypes and explaining various use cases. And once they had this video ready, they uploaded it onto a website called Dig, which is where technology early adopters used to hang out. Now, these are users who seek out new technology and new use cases of how technology is used, just for the joy of using new technology. And along with this video, they also had a form where users could sign up to be notified when the beta version was ready. And overnight, their beta subscription went from 5,000 users to 75,000 users. That's a 15x growth, and this happened in March of 2008. A link to the original Dropbox MVP video is included in the comment section if you haven't seen it already, and I would strongly encourage you to take a look at it for inspiration. To me, there are two key learnings from the Dropbox MVP example. One is that they were able to develop this MVP without investing a lot in developing the product. They were able to take mock-ups and prototypes of the product and stitch together a video which conveyed to users how it would work. And this is a very creative way of validating both demand and design. And the second key thing that they did was the way they published this video on a platform where the technology early adopters used to hang out. So they were actually reaching their target audience in a very effective way. In one of my upcoming videos in the next couple of weeks, I'll be talking about an early adopter story, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. But coming back to Dropbox, now, the Dropbox MVP is sort of a legend in product management circles when it comes to MVPs. And even today, you'll see websites where you will see a link, and when you click on that link, you go to a page which says coming soon. Now if you are a logged in user, now the company gets to find out how many users clicked on that link, and the profile of the users, so that they have a better sense for the demand and who's looking for this, and they can actually develop the product better, and they're able to kind of validate this demand before spending significant development dollars. Now, I have seen too many product teams try to invest a lot of time and resources in developing products, and sometimes even spending a couple of years developing the product and then taking it to market, only to find out that customers are not really interested in your offering. And that's a huge setback, both from a team motivation perspective, opportunity cost, and also just the amount of investment you would have made in developing it for those, for that extended period of time. If you're working on a product, on a new product, or looking at adding features to an existing product to take it to a new market, and you want to look at creative ways of developing your MVP, and you want to bounce off ideas, do give me a shout. And if you like this video, do give it a like. In the next week's video, we'll be exploring another of my favorite MVP examples. So do keep an eye out for that. And thank you for watching.